morning everyone, I hope you're ready for a new exciting week of English lessons. Now this week they're going to be based on a video that I'm going to ask you to watch, and I'll send you the link to it on the worksheet. And it's about the planet, well it's actually a moon, but it's like a planet, called Pandora. Is it real? Have you watched the film Avatar? You may or may not know. But it's a really exciting little video clip. And this week you're going to be building up to writing a non-chronological report about the creatures that live on Pandora. Okay, but today we're going to start off just by writing the introduction. So the first thing you will need to do is watch the video. In it, there's quite a lot of tricky vocabulary. Now, it's Monday, I'm feeling kind. I was going to get you to look the words up in a dictionary and find their definitions, but I think I've given you enough to do without that. So I've given you on the sheet some of the definitions of the more tricky words because I thought that might give you a bit of a helping hand. So I want you to watch the video, and while you're watching it, jot down 6 to 8 facts that you think will be important to include in your opening paragraph. Now, the opening paragraph, as always, is going to be an introduction. So it's going to be an introduction about the planet in general, not about the creatures that might live there or anything else, but about the planet in general. So just bear that in mind when you're jotting down your facts. Okay, after you've watched the video, which I think is about 5 minutes long, you're going to start writing your paragraph. But I don't want you to just stick your little jottings into sentences because it doesn't make very exciting reading for your reader. And it's all about the impact of your writing on the reader. Why are you writing it? You want to give them information, true. If you just string all your facts together, you are giving them information. But why would they choose to read that? You need to make yours entertaining. It's always about entertaining, making the writing interesting to your reader. And we're going to do that by using a range of clauses in your writing and sometimes moving them about within the sentences. So we know that adverbials can go at the front of a sentence, or they can go within a sentence, or at the end. They move, okay? Subordinate clauses can act as fronted adverbials, so they can go at the start of a sentence, or again, as part of the sentence as it goes on. And then last week, you practiced using relative clauses, which they're the only ones that have to go in a specific place because they have to go immediately after the noun that they relate to. Okay, so those are the key things that you need to think about. And I know you haven't watched the video yet, but I'm going to give you an example of what I'm talking about and how we can improve on just jotting down a fact. So I watched the video and I found out loads of interesting information, but one thing that I thought was important to my opening paragraph was this. Pandora has a toxic atmosphere, and toxic's one of the words that I've given you a definition for, and it means poisonous. Okay, so Pandora has a toxic atmosphere. It's giving information. It's a perfectly good sentence. But we can normally improve on them, can't we? So I put my thinking cap on, did a bit of pondering, and this is what I came up with. I want you to think about which is going to have more impact. So I changed it to Pandora's toxic atmosphere. And I wanted to expand a bit on this. So it's still got the same subject matter. It's still about the toxic atmosphere. A little bit more about toxic atmosphere. I can add in a relative clause about the atmosphere, can't I? Which is highly, I liked the word toxic, but I know I'm repeating it. I might come back and think about that in a minute. And deadly to humans. Okay, so I've included my relative clause, Pandora's toxic atmosphere, which is highly toxic and deadly to humans. I need to finish off my main clause now, don't I? So what about Pandora's toxic atmosphere? Well, it makes the planet uninhabitable. Without specialist equipment. Okay, uninhabitable is another one of the words that I've included on the list for you, and it means it's unsuitable for living in or on in this case. Okay, so I'm going to read it through because things always sound different when you read them. Pandora's toxic atmosphere, which is highly toxic and deadly to humans, makes the planet uninhabitable without specialist equipment. I like it. I've got lots and lots of information in there. I've expanded on it much more than my initial sentence, but I don't like this toxic. So I'm going to edit my work. I'm going to improve it. So what's another word that I could use for toxic? I could use poisonous. That's a good word. But I want a better word. I want one that's going to be more hard-hitting. It's coming. I know. Hold on. This is a word that I do like. So I'm going to change toxic. I've got my purple polishing pen. Noxious. What a great word noxious is. And it means really the same as toxic. It means poisonous, awful, deadly. So I'm going to read it back again. Pandora's toxic atmosphere, which is highly noxious and deadly to humans, makes the planet uninhabitable without specialist equipment. I'm happy with that now. Yeah, I am. I like that. I'm really pleased with that. In fact, I think that might make me a good start for my paragraph. Right, I'm going to leave you to it. I would really like your sentences to be more like the second one than the first one. Don't always go with your first thought. Go back, think of a word. Remember our patheticometer at school. You can still have one in your head. You could even have one in your lounge or wherever you're working. Okay, so I'm going to leave you to it and I will send you the work out in a minute. Okay, have fun and I'll be back tomorrow with the next step for you. Bye.